Hey guys, I'm Greg. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Let's go see what's in the fridge today, guys. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Uh, I've got a beer that I brought back from Florida called St. Arnold. Is not available here in Virginia. This is St. Arnold's Divine Reserve number 15. If my memory serves me correctly, I think I did maybe the 13 Reserve, but I hadn't done the 15. I bought a 6-pack of this down there because the St. Arnold Brewery does some really tasty stuff, and I normally don't do that. I don't buy something that I've not had before that I don't know anything about, but I took a chance and it was so tasty. I drank the other 5 while I was on vacation, and I saved this one to do a review of when I got back. This is a pretty big beer. This is a 10.1%. That's what Rate Beer has, and Beer Advocate says 10.10. I don't see it on the bottle anywhere. It just says Divine Reserve, St. Arnold Reserve number 15. I don't see it written on. There's not a lot written on. They got the government warning on one side, and got a bunch of looks like hop leaves and cop cones on the other side. So from what I remember from being down in Florida, that it was a very sweet beer, almost like a beer that had been brewed with lactose. Had that heavy sweet taste to it. So I saved this one, and it's been, I don't know, several weeks since I've been back. So I figured I'd go ahead and get this one out of the fridge and get it reviewed for you, and make room for some other beers that I've got sitting on the counter waiting to get into the fridge. So this is the Reserve number 15. So let's see what this one brings. This is a Russian Imperial Stout. Commercial description here. IBUs, it says here on Rate Beer, is 46. So it's not a big bitterness beer. It should be fairly easy to drink, but it is a big beer at 10%. Says this is the same beer as Divine Reserve number 5. It was re-released as Divine Reserve 15 on January 26th of 2015. So I mean, this is a big beer that was re-released in January of this year. So we're in May, so this is a fairly fresh beer. I mean, I was down there in April, and here it is May. This beer can be solid for quite a while, and I could just as easily put this down in the fridge downstairs and done it for you 1, 2, 3, 5 years down the road, and I'm sure it'll be just as tasty. So this beer can be cellared. Says here, this Divine Reserve was inspired by the winning entry of the 2007 Big Batch Homebrew competition brewed by Mike Henneth, a highly decorated local Houston homebrewer. Russian Imperial Stouts are very big and very black, and this one is no exception. It was first brewed as DR5. DR15 has a rich malty body with full of coffee and chocolate flavors, and a spiciness derived from the combination hops and high alcohol. It was brewed with a variety of malts, including 2-row pale, crystal, chocolate, and roasted barley. It was hopped with Nugget, Willamette, and Centennial hops. I grow all 3 of those outside. Very nice hops. We use our St. Arnold's yeast to ferment it. It is unfiltered. Enjoy at 45 degrees or warmer with some dark chocolate or a bowl of vanilla ice cream. So you can do your damn float with this beer. Very nice. I don't think there's anything else there we need to talk about, so let's go over to the food pairing since this is a stout. Cuisine is barbecue, cheese is buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti, Swiss, and your earthy cheeses, Camembert Fontina, since it is a nice heavy stout, goes well with your chocolate dishes. As I just said, you could You could have a nice float with this or eat with a chocolate dish. The meat for this is shellfish, beef, smoked meat, game, and grilled meat. Glassware, pint glass, Becker, Nonic, tumbler, mug, stein, and Sidell. And a 10%er. I don't know why they don't have the oversized wine glass, chalice, or tulip glass, because this is what you really need instead of a regular pint glass to enjoy this beer. It says here not recommended for extended cellaring unless ABV extends the average range. Well, at over 10%er, I think it exceeds that average range. So this beer will sell, guys. You can keep this beer for quite a while. I'm not sure. I don't think they date their stuff. It is sweating profusely now that I've got it out of the fridge. So I'll look again when we come back with the final chug, make sure there's not a date on it. It's not that imperative. Would like to see a year somewhere on it so we know what vintage it is, but if you go to rate beer or anything, of course you're not going to do that usually when you're picking beers up at the beer store. So that's why it's so important to put that on there. And this is the Reserve 15. They're not going to do it again, so they had to print up these labels. Why don't they just put 2015? Maybe that's the hint there is Reserve 15. Maybe that's 2015. But we don't know that. We don't know that. You would not know that unless you're just assuming. And you know what they say about when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. So I would like to see that vintage 2015, but we're going to go with, it says Reserve 15, so maybe that is 2015. So it is what it is, guys. We'll look a little closer, see if there's anything written on it when we come back. So I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about, so let's get the cap off this bad boy. And what I remember, this was a super sweet stout, guys. And this is a twist-off cap. Throwaway bottle for all you homebrewers. Very black coming out of the bottle. Very nice. About a half a finger of head on that pour. Over to the light, there is none. Pitch black, guys. It is very, very dark. Very typical of a big ABV beer in this style. I'm getting some sweetness already and I haven't got it to my nose. Chocolate, almost burnt roasted malt. A lot of sweetness going on there. I would be damn surprised if they did not use lactose in the brewing of this beer, but the sweetness is coming off. It's not barrel aged, but there is a heavy sweetness, and there is a hint of that 10% alcohol. I've had several of my friends, Skylar and one other person, I think, has sent me some St. Arnold's beers because I cannot get them here. They're out of Texas, guys. They're out of Houston, Texas. And they do some really tasty stuff. I mean, Skylar raves about their beers. Kind of wish they were available here. I really do. So maybe one day they will be. Well, the head has dissipated. It's not even covering the top of the beer now. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That is so nice. Just what I remember from having them down in Florida. Very heavy on the sweet side. I mean, if they did not use lactose in this, I would be blown away because it is so sweet. A lot of women that like sweeter beers would like this, and that's not derogatory toward women. They just like a lot of sweeter beers, and I like them too. I do like them, especially something as big as this is. And if you wanted to have it with a dessert, which is kind of sweet anyway, especially a chocolate dessert, to have something like this to pair up exceptionally well with any kind of chocolate dish. Cocoa. burnt malt, coffee, slight hints of tobacco, maybe some dark fruit in there, maybe some plums, dates, raisins, and figs. Very easy drinking for a 10%er. There is a slight alcohol content to it, being a 10 plus percenter. But it's negligible. It's not burning your throat or doing anything crazy like that. But it is there. It is there. It is an awesomely well-made beer. I'm kind of hoping there's going to be some kind of dating on the bottle somewhere. And like I said, we'll look a little closer when we come back. I don't think they do, but we'll look just a little closer after the sweating has stopped on the side of the bottle here. But I'm going to go outside and now that the sun has set a little bit, and finish off the cigar that I've got going out there and sip on this for probably 20 or 30 minutes, and we'll come back and do the final chug. Let her taste it and see what she thinks. But she's had some of what we had down in Florida, and from what I remember, I think she likes it. But we'll give her another taste or two, see where that ends up, and we'll come back and do the final chug and grade on this one, guys. Stick around. Yeah. Alright guys, I'm back. I just left here, just looked at the bottle. There is no dating on the bottle, so this label on the top of the bottle says number 15. That probably is a clue to us that it's a 2015 release. Not sure, just guessing there. Just a wild guess on my part. But since they only did this beer one time, seemed like they would put that on the label somewhere, that vintage 2015. This was put in the bottle in January of 2015. So that's probably your only clue, since they don't date anything, that it is a 2015 reserve or 2015 vintage on this beer. And it is freaking awesome, guys. It is very tasty, very well made beer. Now that it's warmed up, I'm not getting into that alcohol. I'm getting the chocolate and the burnt malt and the hints of coffee and dark fruit in here. Very, very nice beer. I wish I could get St. Arnold beers here in Virginia. I wish they would date their stuff too on top of that, but it's not that critical on a beer of this magnitude. 10% plus on this. So our only key is reserve 20 reserve 15 right here on this upper label, but there's nothing written on the bottle anywhere at all, or nothing on the label. But it is a damn tasty beer, guys. It is so nice. It is very, very nice. I do wish I could get their beers here. I really, really do. I had several beers sent to me from this brewery, and they've all been pretty freaking tasty. So, very, very, very well done beer. Very well done beer. Hats off to the guys there at St. Arnold. Date your stuff, guys. Date your stuff. It's not that critical. Put a vintage on this. A lot of people don't know when it says reserve number 15 that it was a 2015 beer. We're just guessing there, and I know that's probably what you're going after when you put number 15 on there. But we'd like to see it written for us dumbasses that can't get a grasp on, oh, when was this done? How old is this beer? 15 should be the key there. If you see this beer, pick it up, give it a try. It is pretty tasty, especially if you're into the stouts. And like I said, to me it tastes like it's been brewed with some lactose, because it is a little on the sweeter side. Very nice beer for a 10 plus percenter. Very, very well made beer. I enjoyed this thoroughly. The other half did too. She loved it. She absolutely loved it. So I'd like to be able to get these here in Virginia. So it's a shame that we can't, but that's the beer distribution in the United States, guys. They send it where they can supply the market, and where they can't, they don't. So, final chug. Oh, so good. Oh, it's so damn tasty. That is an excellent beer, guys. That is an excellent beer. To me, this is a 10 beer in a 9 bottle. But just because it doesn't have that written on Vintage 2015. It does have reserve number 15 here, so that's probably our only key to knowing when this beer was put in the bottle. And with that being said, it's very tasty. It's definitely worth picking up and giving it a try. I'm glad I bought a whole 6 of them. I enjoyed the other 5 in Florida while I was there. Saved this one for the review here when I got back. She said, well, maybe the date rubbed off. I don't think that's happened. I don't think they're really dating their stuff. So I may be wrong. I may be wrong. So if you guys in Texas know why they don't date their stuff, and if we're supposed to get that information just by having the reserve number 15 on there, let me know. Put it in the comments. But I did enjoy this beer. That's the only thing from keeping me from giving this beer a 10. It's not having bottled on this year or right on the label somewhere, bottled 2015, reserve 2015. But just the number 15, I mean, that could be the 15th batch that they've done of this beer. I mean, don't want to assume anything, because you know what I said about assuming something. But I do know this beer was bottled from what Gregsbeer said, that it was done in January of 2015. So, but we shouldn't have to go to a website or something to that aspect to find out when the beer was done, because not a lot of people have that ability to do that when they're at the beer store. We should have that printed on the label, so it's, you pick it up, oh, this was done 2 months ago, or it was done in 2015. It's a 10%er. It's going to be good. So, just my 2 cents, guys. Just my 2 cents. I would like to see that written on there. Done in 2015. Not just have number 15 on it. Like I said, they could have started doing this in 2013, and this is the 15th batch that they've done since 2013. So, just my 2 cents. That and a couple of dollars will get you a coffee in Starbucks, probably. I don't know. You may need $5 to get one there. Very tasty, but very tasty. 9 out of 10 for me. If it had the vintage on the bottle and a clearly written vintage 2015, I would probably go ahead and give it to 10. But it is damn tasty. Definitely worth picking up if you can get your hands on this, if you're into the stouts. This is a very nice, very delicious, very sweet stout. So, with that being said, we'll go over to Beer Advocate. Beer Advocate says it is 93 in the outstanding range. It is an outstanding beer. Very enjoyable beer. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 99 and 90 in the style. So 93 from them and 99 from these guys. Definitely in the 90s. That's why I'm giving it the 9 out of 10. Like I said, if it had a date on it that we could clearly see vintage 2015 or bottled on this date in 2015, I would probably step up to the plate and say it's a 10 beer. It's that close to a 10 beer to me, guys. So, if you've had this one from St. Arnold, the Divine Reserve number 15, let me know what you think. I liked it a lot. So did she. Did you? Let me know what you think. Let's go see what's in the fridge tomorrow. See you then.